You're listening to
Super, or whatever the infernal thing is.
Supercalifragilistic Awesome Disney Podcast. Each week, we're going to talk about three things. In Main Street USA, we'll talk about the latest Disney news.
Whatever just happened, blame it on the pig.
In Tomorrowland, we'll talk about the things we're looking forward to.
I have been preparing for this my whole life.
And World Showcase is dedicated to our favorite Disney adventures.
Hands down, this is the best day of my life, and quite possibly the last.
So let's get this show on the road.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's show. My name is Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
And just in case you don't know, this is Ella Jane. And somewhere down there is Miles. Miles Davis. Okay, so we've got a lot of news to cover. I got to jump into it. First things first, though, we are not just recording these things on our podcast platform. We are also recording them for YouTube.
Yeah.
Where can they find it on YouTube?
Search for Supercalifragilistic Awesome Disney Podcast on YouTube. You could also go to our website, scfadp.com, and there are links there to YouTube videos. So we put up regular videos of not just the recording of the podcast, but also all of our bonus episodes, which come with video and photos attached to them if you need visuals.
Right. So lots of content there.
Yeah.
The other thing, don't forget, on Wednesdays, we're on Instagram, SCFADP on Instagram. Yep. We're having a cool, really fun contest, Where Is It Wednesdays, where we post an obscure picture from the parks or resorts, and if you are the person who is the most specific right answer, you win entry into a monthly drawing for a cool prize, and you win entry into a yearly drawing for an even cooler prize.
Yeah, and last week it went the winner literally 5 seconds after I posted the picture. So we were not obscure enough. We will be more obscure this week. But yes, so that happens fast. So I tried to post it right around 10 or 10:30 on Wednesday. But be there or be square, man, because that contest is rocking.
It's awesome. Okay, so on Main Street this week, lots of stuff going on. Probably the biggest news of the week is that park hours starting September the 8th are changing. Not a big change, but I think probably they're anticipating with school really getting into full swing, whatever school looks like, fewer people in the parks. So they're actually cutting back most parks by 1 hour.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
No, and then Epcot, they're cutting back by 2 hours. So Magic Kingdom opens at 9, closes at 6. It was 7. Epcot opens at 11, closes at 7. It's pretty early for Epcot.
That is early for Epcot, yeah.
It used to be 9. Hollywood Studios opens at 10, closes at 7. Used to be 8. And Animal Kingdom opens at 8, closes at 5. It used to be 6.
Yeah.
So not a huge difference, but it could be material. The hours at the end of the day seem to fly by for some reason.
They do, yeah. We noticed that when we were in the parks.
Yeah. Last week, sort of excitement on Splash Mountain. One of the log flumes sunk.
No! At the end of the drop.
After the drop, you go to the last scene where the big boat is. There was a flume, had 5 people in it. Thing just started sinking. They had to pull the people out.
How did they know? I mean, I know they have cameras everywhere.
Sure.
But did the people start screaming because their log was sinking?
I'm sure everybody in the room was screaming. Yeah, but they walked them out. Everybody was okay.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, not for those people. I'm so sorry.
Sure,
but
right.
It's fantastic today.
Tangerine Cafe. The only reason this news item is in there is because we had such a wonderful meal on our balcony at Boardwalk from Tangerine Cafe. Yeah. They've closed it indefinitely for some reason. Again, I'm thinking lack of traffic.
Just not enough people there.
Yeah. So they had 3 open restaurants in Morocco Pavilion when we were there.
Which was a lot.
That's
Most
a
of
lot.
them didn't.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, and I don't know that one gets a lot of play, all 3 of them, on a normal day.
Right, and especially you got the food and wine thing going on. There's just so many options.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to entertainment news. They announced Raya and the Last Dragon is going to be released. That's Disney's new animated feature. Raya and the Last Dragon next March 12th. Next year on March 12th. This is their first Southeast Asian princess. The place is fantasy, right? Just like a lot of them are. A place called Lumandra, but think Cambodia. Okay, so
okay.
think that sort of vibe.
Okay.
Right. The hero will be Raya is the hero. She'll be played by Canadian actress Cassie Steele, whose mother is Filipino.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Okay.
The Mandalorian season 2 starts October 7th.
Ooh.
So that's exciting.
More Baby Yoda.
More Baby Yoda, or the child, as we're now referring to
Baby
it.
Yoda.
Mulan.
He's not gender specific.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you just said he.
I said he. I know, but is the child gender specific?
Well, I don't know. We don't know yet. I
Okay.
guess. Yeah. Mulan, live action Mulan, coming to Disney Plus on September the 4th.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Super duper excited about that. I've been itching to see this girl kick butt. So.
But they are charging for it, right?
It's going to be close to $30.
Yeah, so they're expecting this to be a big deal.
Yeah.
We're going to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, and it comes right in line with Disney's news about their earnings and how between the 60.5 million subscribers to Disney Plus in 9 months.
Of course.
It's incredible.
Everybody's stuck at home.
Right.
What's everybody else watching?
It makes them look a little bit prescient when they released it, by the way. Okay. A lot of other live action movie takes here. Cruella, Disney's reimagining of the 101 Dalmatians villain, starring Emma Stone.
I do love Emma Stone.
Yeah, so she was announced quite a while back.
She's gonna be Cruella?
She'll be there's pictures on the webs. You gotta see her. She looks fantastic. She looks.
But no,
amazing.
wait a second. The dogs are going to be live too.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some sort of live action animation or something.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to need for them to be CGI. I can't think about.
They already did a live action 101 Dalmatians. Glenn Close starred as Cruella. So I think I'm envisioning more of a reimagining of the villain, sort of like we had with Maleficent.
Okay, like she's not all bad.
Maybe. Right. So we'll have to see, but that's sort of what I'm envisioning since they've already done a live action.
Okay.
101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
The Little Mermaid live action was supposed to start filming in March. They've had to push all of that back.
Yes.
But the only news here is that I saw that Rob Marshall's going to direct it.
Ooh.
Halle Bailey, who is a beautiful woman of color, is going to be Ariel.
Yes.
Melissa McCarthy is Ursula. I know. I knew you'd lose it over that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Daveed Diggs is Sebastian.
No.
Yes. And a young star named Jacob Trimble is going to be Flounder. Aquafina is going to be Scuttle. Which I think
so
is
excited
so
about
cool.
this. That's a phenomenal cast.
Yeah. And Lin-Manuel Miranda is writing 4 new songs for the movie.
Of course he is. Yes, go
He is
Lin.
teaming up with the original composer, who was Alan Menken, who was a genius,
Alan
right?
Menken, yes.
So that just makes me super excited. The Russo brothers, who did Avengers Endgame, are working on a live-action Hercules remake. They're not directing it, but they're producing it.
Okay.
Peter Pan, live-action, Jude Law is going to be Captain Hook.
Wow.
Which I think is cool. Pinocchio, live-action.
Gosh.
Signed on Robert Zemeckis to be the director, I believe, and they are now in talks with Tom Hanks to play Geppetto.
Yes.
Which was a rumor a while back, but
Who
with
doesn't love
Zemeckis
Tom
taking
Hanks?
on...
Yes, who doesn't love Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
man?
Jungle Book looking to get a sequel.
Wow, the live-action
sequel.
Jungle Book, a sequel.
Yep.
Okay.
Reese Witherspoon is
Gosh,
going to
we watched
star.
that.
I know. We must have watched it 100,000 times. Reese Witherspoon to star in a live-action Tinkerbell film.
Is she Tink?
I think, maybe.
I mean, you'd
don't
think
know.
Tink stars in Tink.
Sure. And Josh Gad could be in line to play Quasimodo in a live-action Hunchback movie, which I think would be really great. Okay, so the last little bit of news here is that Captain Marvel has found their director for the sequel.
Okay.
Nia DaCosta. She directed the reimagined horror reboot for Candyman last year. Now, that's not in your wheelhouse, but I can tell you, I grew up watching the original Candyman. It scared the bejesus out of me, and I wanted nothing to do with this reboot. She directed this shadow puppet preview for Candyman. The shadow puppet thing scared me. In any case, she's going to direct Captain Marvel's sequel.
Is it supposed to be a scary movie?
It's not necessarily. She's done some other things also.
Okay.
She is the 4th female to do a Marvel movie. She's the first woman of color.
Wow.
So
okay.
very,
I'm for
very
that.
excited about that.
I'm for that.
So let's run over to Tomorrowland.
Let's do it.
Okay. That really winded me.
I know, we didn't even have time for me to say that you look very handsome in your classic Mickey tee.
Thank you. And if we really needed to talk about your ears.
My ears, they're
Your
they're
Navi.
I'm Navi.
Your Navi. You went
These
with
are
a
my
Navi
Pandora
blue
ears.
shirt there. We both went with a Navi blue shirt.
Yes.
I love those.
I forgot to tell you that you're handsome in your classic Mickey
Well, I
tee.
appreciate that. And you look otherworldly
Aw,
in your
isn't that sweet?
Navi ears.
Otherworldly.
There's a picture on Instagram of you in Animal Kingdom.
I thought that picture specifically with the tie-dyed mask really set it off.
You looked perfect.
Yeah.
The tie-dyed mask
The tie-dye
did
mask
set
set it
everything
off.
off.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tomorrowland. So I did so much research on this Tomorrowland
Wow.
this week. I mean,
I knew you'd been working hard today.
yeah. So this new ride that's coming to Magic Kingdom is already in full force at Shanghai Disneyland. This is the Tron Light Cycle Power Run. Okay, you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it.
Was it the?
Yeah. I can. I've learned to read you.
I don't know that I remember a lot about the Tron movie.
I didn't think you did. I came prepared.
I knew you would, honey.
So-
Okay, enlighten us all.
All right. So, for those who have seen Tron, what this ride is imagine that you get to take part in the light cycle game that is in the Tron movies or even in the Tron video game, right? Where you are riding a light cycle.
Which is like a motorcycle.
It's like a motorcycle.
Okay.
But in a computer digital world. Okay. This ride debuted at Shanghai Disneyland on June 16th, 2016. That was the day that park actually opened. I didn't realize that park's only 4 years old.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. And the second version of that ride is currently under construction at the Magic Kingdom. You cannot miss it. If you go to Tomorrowland or
it's
you're
a big
staying
deal.
at Contemporary or Bay Lake, you cannot miss it. It is humongous.
Yeah, we thought they were going to get rid of the racetrack ride.
Yeah, I really thought that, but no, they're hanging on to that thing.
People ride the racetrack
They do.
ride. I don't
They-
get it.
It is not the speedway that they make it out
It
to
is
be.
not the Speedway. No.
So, okay. So a lot of times when they take a ride from one park and they move it to another park and they redo it, they make changes to it, and so maybe they will make changes. But for purposes of this Tomorrowland segment, I am going to be talking about what I know and what I would love to experience on the ride that currently exists in Shanghai. Because
Okay,
I'm
great.
assuming that that's what they're going to duplicate here.
Okay.
Okay. So, by the way, the new Tron ride that they're building at the Magic Kingdom is being built on land that had been set aside for a duplicate Matterhorn bobsleds that they have at Disneyland out in California. It was part of the original plan for the Magic Kingdom, and they never did it.
Wow.
I don't know why they never did it, but
I don't even remember that ride when I was at
yeah,
Disneyland.
this mountain looks like Matterhorn, so it's a classic out there, they say.
Okay.
All right, so for those like my beloved that maybe doesn't remember a lot about Tron, let's talk about Tron a little bit.
Let's do
So
it. I
let's
need
set
a
the
refresher
stage, okay?
course.
So 1982 was when Tron first came out. Disney, as they often do, they made history. This was the first movie that mixed live action with computer-generated visuals and backlit animation. So these people, the world they're running around in, this digital world they're running around with, was completely animated, right? That they're running on.
Okay.
I'd probably call it a cult classic. It made $50 million when it first came out in the studios back then.
And that was good?
It would, if it was in today's dollars, it would be, I literally made a note here, it would be very meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it definitely did have a cult following. There's people that love Tron, and it spawned a video game. And like in 2010, they did the sequel, Tron Legacy.
Wow.
Right?
I
So, I
didn't
mean,
even
it-
know a sequel existed.
Yeah.
I could see how a video game would be really cool.
Yeah. And so, apparently Tron Legacy is actually what is the inspiration for this ride.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So in the Tron storyline, Kevin Flynn, who owns Flynn's Arcade, if you ever run around the parks and you see a shirt that says Flynn's Arcade, it's a Tron shirt. I felt like we saw a couple of them when we were
I think we
there
did,
recently.
yes.
He's also an amazing computer programmer that works for a company called Incom, I think. He's kind of a hacker and video game maker.
Okay.
And this company creates a program called the MCP that sort of takes on a life of its own and starts hacking into other companies and taking over their computer programs. Okay. And so Flynn and a couple of his friends in the real world sort of get wind of this, and they want to try to stop it. And so the MCP actually sucks Flynn through movie magic, I'm sure, into the computer world. And in this computer world, he controls everything. And he takes other programs, like an actuarial program that was in use at some accounting company that the MCP has taken over, right?
Okay.
He makes that program play in a game. Like the light cycle game.
Okay.
Where he has to drive a motorcycle type thing, and the idea is that you leave this wall behind you everywhere you drive, and you try to run the other guys into the walls and de-res them, kill them.
Oh gosh.
Okay,
that's a violent game.
Yeah, it is they're all violent games, and they get rid of programs this way. They delete programs this way. This is why the MCP deletes programs.
Okay.
And so all the programs are personified in this digital world.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay, so I actually watched both movies just to catch up on the lore of it.
Okay.
This week. So the light cycle game is where you come in. You've been sucked into the digital world on this ride, and you're asked to take part in the light cycle game.
Okay.
So this is a roller coaster. Okay. The roller coaster is set up to be like a motorcycle, sort of like when you're riding Flight of Passage and you straddle and hold on to handlebars.
Love that. Yes.
That's what you do here, except you're in a roller coaster car.
Okay. So we're moving.
You're moving, and there's
we're strapped in but moving.
That's right. You're like there's like 14 of you. Each of you are on your own light cycle, and you literally straddle the thing. You hold on to handlebars. You're leaning forward like you're on a fast motorcycle, and a security belt
like
platform comes back and clamps you in the back.
Okay.
And so you're just sort of clamped in like you're riding a motorcycle. Okay. And the story, because everything's got a story, is that you and your blue light cycle teammates are racing against the orange light cycle team to collect 8 energy gates before the other team does.
Okay.
To be let out back into the real world.
Okay.
Okay. And this thing, so you hop aboard this bike along with 13 or so of your cohorts, and you literally take off from a standstill position, sort of like Aerosmith's roller coaster.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you take off and you just zoom outside into the world.
Oh yeah, okay.
Under this enormous canopy that is just covered with fiber optic illuminations. And so from outside the ride, it's a beautiful display of fiber optic lighting, and you see the light cycle coaster going around, all lit up like Tron-esque.
Right.
And then it leaves the outside and goes into the digital world. So you literally go into the building where now it's dark, and all you can see are the digital world of Tron.
Wow.
It looks really cool. So it uses the ride incorporates high speeds, 3D graphics, heart-pumping music that was written for Tron Legacy by Daft Punk. You race through digitized darkness towards the finish line.
Wow.
Right? So you see the...
I mean, that's pretty, heart-pounding for Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, Space Mountain's pretty heart-pounding, too, for different reasons.
Right, but that's a big difference in your average Magic Kingdom boat ride.
This is the one in Shanghai is the fastest coaster in any Disney park. Wow. It goes over 60 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am super duper excited about the Tron ride.
Yeah, that does.
I think
sound
2022 is when we maybe next year. Maybe
I was about to say, but it might be slowing down since the COVID stuff.
Yeah. So that's my Tomorrowland.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay,
You excited
sold
about
me.
it?
Yeah, no, I'll ride it totally. You can take a totally different vibe on World Showcase.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the World Showcase today, I wanted to talk about why the animal kingdom is such a dark horse for snacks.
Okay.
And so originally I started making a
Right
list
into your wheelhouse.
of my favorite snacks at Animal Kingdom. And then as I realized, as I was typing the list, there's only one food item on it.
Lumpia.
It's the lumpia. It's the lumpia. Can you pull me down? Just pull the. So here's the thing. I want to make sure everybody knows: when you ride Flight of Passage, you come out into like this little area with a gift shop and all that. You come out of the gift shop and you're still completely dazed from what you just experienced.
That's right.
I mean, Flight of Passage is an amazing ride, and you are just sort of blown away by what you just did. And so you come through the gift shop where you also see all these random amazing things, and it puts you out into this little corner of Animal Kingdom where the first thing you notice on your left is a counter service place with a lot of tables under cover.
That's the Satuli Canteen over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You notice that immediately, and it's very easy to look in that direction and totally miss the little booth to your right.
Pongu Pongu.
Pongu Pongu. Now, I'm telling you, don't miss it. Do not miss this booth. This booth is where it's at in Animal Kingdom. There have been times we've gone to Animal Kingdom, didn't ride Flight of Passage because the line was atrocious and we couldn't get a fast pass. But the first stop we made was Pongu Pongu. I mean, that's a place.
Yeah. Yeah. The Lumpia is.
So I'm gonna describe the Lumpia.
Is appointment.
It's an appointment. It's breakfast. I don't eat breakfast before I go to Animal Kingdom because I'm going to have that lumpia. Okay, so they describe it as a pineapple cream cheese spring roll.
Yeah.
Now, I've
That
never.
doesn't sound amazing.
It does not sound amazing, but I'm here to tell you that thing's amazing. Yeah. And so it is. It's not just you're thinking that's mixing savory and sweet. No. First of all, the pineapple cream cheese is not that sweet.
Right.
It's much less sweet than you anticipate. The spring roll is perfectly fried. And then on the top of it is like sugar. Is it cinnamon sugar or just sugar?
I think it's just sugar.
That makes it.
Yeah.
Puts it right over the edge.
Yeah. It also makes you sort of make a scene if you decide that you just can't let any of that sugar go that falls down onto the plate that you're eating off of.
Well, then I've made a scene every time. Yeah. I'm going to lick that sugar. We're not wasting the sugar.
No, ma'am.
Don't waste the sugar. But I'm here to tell you that lumpia at Pongu Pongu was actually the only snack I could find to talk about why Animal Kingdom is such a dark
Okay,
horse
listen.
for
Well, I
snacks.
can help.
because the rest of my list is drinks. But we're going to call them snacks as well. And then you can talk about your favorite too. We'll have time, okay? But so at that same Pongu Pongu booth, okay, they also serve 2 margaritas. These are frozen margaritas with boba beads on top. Okay, and so that's what really sets them off, for those boba balls. Okay, that's not a typical margarita that you get. It has a wider straw, just honestly allowing you to drink more margarita at a time. But then the boba, it just puts it right over that little edge. You find yourself wanting to like pick them off and being like, what flavor of boba is this? Yeah. So great. So they have 2. They have one called the Moara margarita, which is my personal flavor. I mean, that's my favorite. It's blue with green boba on top. Okay.
It's beautiful.
And that is a brand of tequila that I can't pronounce, with blue curacao, lime juice, topped with passion fruit boba balls.
Oh, passion fruit is
passion
what it was.
fruit. I was guessing green apple when we were there a couple weeks ago.
I thought too.
I thought green apple. It's passion fruit. Okay, so the Moara margarita is blue, topped with those boba balls. You know, I see most people with the other one, which is the rum blossom. And that's because it's got different layers.
Yeah.
So it's a red, green, red margarita with the boba balls on top. So that has Bacardi Superior rum with layers of apple and desert pear limeade, topped with passion fruit boba balls. I'm going to be honest, next time we go, I'm just going to get them both.
Okay.
I mean, why not two-fist it straight through Pandora?
I'm with you.
Be honest, Pandora is built in a way that I think you should two-fist it through.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to look at.
There's a lot to look at. Things literally look like they hang from midair.
I think maybe one on the trip through in the daytime, and then another one on your trip through at night when all the bioluminescence is going on.
Or you could get 2 in the morning
And 2 at night.
and 2 at night. Anyway, don't miss the Pongu Pongu stand. Okay, that lumpia is there all day long. I'm sure it will make a delightful afternoon snack. But I think it makes a great breakfast too. And why not go ahead and have yourself a boba ball margarita for breakfast?
Why not?
Why not? That's what I say. So then my next favorite snack is the Coke Frosty with Captain Morgan's rum, which is sold at Drinkwalla in Asia.
Yeah. They don't mess around at Animal Kingdom.
That's the thing. That's another reason why Animal Kingdom is such a sleeper for snacks. And by snacks, I basically mean alcoholic snacks.
I know.
Right? So you go into it thinking it's basically a zoo, right? Mm-mm. And, Hollywood Studios, you find the beer, wine, things of that nature. But Animal Kingdom has a lot of really cool beverages and snacks that
really
people
do.
don't know about.
Yeah, it has become up there with one of our favorite parks because of
the food,
the drink. Yes. It's really a sleeper.
It's a sleeper for snacks and drinks. Okay, so that Coke Frosty with the Captain Morgan's rum is something special. Now they do sell one like it in Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Remember, I wanted that last time we went. So they do sell it right there, sort of in the middle of Hollywood Studios. But for some reason, it feels more Animal Kingdom to me. And when you get it in that booth, that Drinkwalla booth, which is basically a drink booth, it's good.
Yeah.
Like you need
it's
that
also,
at Animal Kingdom.
It always feels so hot at Animal Kingdom that a drink like that is really refreshing.
It's perfection. Now, one other drink that I also enjoy at Animal Kingdom, and I got this the last time, or 2 times ago, I believe, when we went. This is just your basic regular margarita, and this is at Warung Outpost in Asia. Okay. This is a booth sort of that you pass while you're walking. Mm-hmm. And if I remember correctly, we had sort of had a day on that one. And we passed.
That was the day we were in the park for like 14 hours because we had
rained
a midnight
and
madness
rained and rained and we were wearing ponchos. We were still miserable. Our feet were soaked. We had a day, and we passed by that booth, and I said, "I'm getting a margarita," and you said, "Get it, hun."
Get it.
Now they serve multiple different ones. I went with the basic margarita there, and I want to tell you, they don't skimp on the alcohol.
No, ma'am.
I felt that. It was good.
Yeah.
It was nice. And after we'd had that day, I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
I think I ended up going back for another one with the anticipation that I would carry it into the Nemo stage show.
And then you had to chug it.
And I walked in and they said, "Ma'am, you can't have that with you in the show." And so I stood in the back and chugged it. I'm telling you, it did help the Nemo show.
Yeah, that was your favorite show.
It was my favorite show. So I'm just going to say these snacks that I've mentioned, Animal Kingdom's a dark horse for snacks. There are 2 that I found on the website that we haven't tried, but I'm saying I'm going after them next time, and I got one for you to go after next time too. The one I'm going to try next time is the spaghetti and meatballs cupcake. I know. This is like a visual situation. It's not real. Orange cake with cannoli cream filling and a buttercream spaghetti with a vanilla cake meatball and fondant sauce.
Okay. Well.
Sold.
Give that a go.
I need that. This one's for you. A pulled pork jelly donut. It is a pulled pork stuffed jelly donut with coleslaw. I'll eat your coleslaw. That is at Smiling Crocodile on Discovery Island.
Gosh. Mm-hmm. That sounds crazy.
Yes. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Right, I want those.
That's the kind of thing that the Animal Kingdom has that nowhere else has.
Nowhere else has that. That's what I'm saying. There's such a sleeper for snacks. You go ahead and talk about your favorite snack there.
So my favorite snack there is there's a mac and cheese booth. It's on Discovery Island, but right before you get on the bridge to Asia, I believe. And they sell little baked mac and cheeses there. They've got a plain baked mac and cheese. They've got one with grilled shrimp that's got the sweet chili sauce on it. But the one that you can't avoid is the pulled pork mac and cheese. First of all, the mac and cheese itself is one of the best mac and cheeses I've ever had in my life. If it weren't for Art Smith's Homecoming, this would be the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life. Okay. And then the pulled pork is the same pork they serve at Flame Tree Barbecue, and they ain't messing around.
Right.
It is glorious.
Yeah.
So, the other really wonderful snack at Animal Kingdom is at Mr. Kamal's. These little
Mr. Kamal's
they're
is
like
a sleeper for sure.
Yes, dumplings. They're like little fried pot stickers, and the meat on the inside is wonderful, but the secret is in that little sauce he gives you. It's like this little sweet chili oil sauce. It just sets those little pot stickers right over the top, man.
And supposedly he's changed his fries too.
He's got like these seasoned French fries
with
there,
multiple different sauces,
and they just go. You constantly see people walking around with those French fries. And the thing about
Animal Kingdom is such a sleeper for snacks because the booths sort of blend in with the scenery.
Yeah,
and it's so easy to walk past one and not realize that you just passed an actual snack booth. And
a wonderful snack booth.
Scenery, yes,
something that's got just like a one of a kind thing that you can only get at that booth.
Right. When I found Drinkwalla, I found it one time. I don't remember when. And then this past time we were there, I said, I want the booth that has the frosty Coke with the rum. Yeah. And we were walking like out, and there it was. I said, this is the place. This is the place. This is the place. Right. But they were closed because of COVID. Yeah. Bummer.
I know. But that's the thing. Mr. Kamal's serves two things. They serve those dumplings and they serve the French fries. And he's in a booth about the size of where we're sitting right here.
No, it totally blends in with the scenery, man. But Animal Kingdom is such a sleeper. They're just a dark horse for amazing, amazing snacks, things that you can't get anywhere else.
Just don't walk past any food booth
without reading the menu.
Without reading the menu, no matter how nondescript. I mean, the thing is that the places at Animal Kingdom are made to look nondescript.
Yes.
They're made to look old. They're made to look beat down. Do not sleep on any of them. Go look at the menu. You're very likely to see something that you just
what in the world
would love.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, that barbecue mac and cheese made me cuss.
I'd punch you in the teeth for the lumpia. I'd punch you straight in the teeth for that thing.
I will not get in the way of you in the lumpia.
Please don't. Please don't.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's my World Showcase.
Okay, well, I guess that's the show for this week then.
All right. Well, we hope y'all enjoyed it as much as we did.
That's right. And you know what? If you did, or even if you didn't enjoy it, go to iTunes, look us up, subscribe to us, leave us a review, give us a rating. It really helps us so much.
It really does. And if you're looking for more things Disney, please visit scfadp.com. That's scfadp.com. S for super, C for Cali, F for fragilistic, A for awesome, D for Disney, P for podcast. This week, we will be posting a video tour of the Boardwalk Villas and a detailed review on Skipper Canteen, which is our favorite table service restaurant in the Magic Kingdom. And just another reminder, those videos come from YouTube. We also post them to our website.
Yep. So keep an eye out for those on the website. Go check us out on YouTube and join us in the daily conversations that are being had on Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at SCFADP in both places.
Yes, we would love to hear from you.
And with that, we hope to see you real soon.